suppose, the sweetness. That's what that's doing. That's all it's doing there. It's doing its job.
Way back a year ago.
Hello, welcome back to Tap Thursday, and we've got a beer from Lords. Now, this is Weekend Driver. I've had this in mini cask, and I've also tasted it at Lords Brewery, and I think it is an absolutely superb bitter. I absolutely love it. I really do. This is one of Steve's first brews. He did this and he did the rye one, and they're both fantastic beers. And what I love about them is they're not massively ABV. They're really good session beers. And I've also got the Bobbington Nod 3.6% Light Mild, which Steve has sent me from Lords as well. Really looking forward to these. I'm going to do the Weekend Driver because I think this is just a little bit too chilled, but this is about right temperature. So I'm going to put that to the side. We'll come back to that and we'll get the Weekend Driver. Not had this in the bottle yet. It is going to be bottle conditioned. Like I say, I've had it in the mini keg and I've had it on cask. Sorry, on on cask. Yeah. Get it right. I'm sure it's cask. So the Weekend Driver. We've got double fermented, limited edition, Lords Brewing Co. And we've got that Jag, is it on there? That car. And like I say, this is Steve. So we'll get into it. We'll pour it, see what it looks like, get the aroma, get the taste. I just love it. I love this beer. I really do. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's perfect ABV for session. Just look at that colour. I'm just going to be a bit vigorous there just to get a nice head to foam. This can happen with bottle conditioned beers. You've got to be a little bit rough sometimes. If you're too rough, then you may ruin it. So I'm going to stop it there because I don't want to pour anything in, no yeast. But I will do at the end because I always do. So there you go, look at that colour. Let me just bang that off there. Carbonation. It's got a carbonation because it's bottle conditioned, but it's not overly carbonated whatsoever. It's a nice amber copper colour. Looks a little bit deeper on the camera than what it is, but it is not far off that. Nice off-white, creamy looking head. Looks like a best bitter, doesn't it? It looks superb. It really, really does. Aroma. Oh, it's got the caramel, slight bready notes, toffee. And a slight grassy, woody note from them hops. Yeah, like a floral, grassy, woody. Oh, it smells so nice. Toffee, caramel going on in that. Superb. I can't wait. Okay, cheers. I'm telling you, it's got perfect. You get the malts. In that, I'm getting slight. There's a nice bitterness which tastes great. There's a slight, and I mean slight, chocolate note there as well out of that malt. You're just getting a little subtle chocolate, and and the bitterness is so nice across the palate. It's long lasting. And then you're getting like that what I call earthy woodiness that's going on there, and you're getting that hedgerow flavour that I always talk about. Carbonation's super low. You just want to smash it. If I'm honest with you, it's got every note that you want from a bitter. If you haven't got onto the Lords Brewing, you need to get hold of this beer. It's perfect. Let me have a look at what the ABV is because I can't remember. 3.9%. Absolutely fantastic. Fan milled bottle from Lords Brewing. An old English bitter that is superbly well balanced, slightly sweet and full of flavour. Certainly is. A perfect beer for that country pub, sit in the sun and admire those beautiful weekend drivers. Well done, Steve. I love it. You just know I love it anyway. I absolutely love that beer. I'm going to go and sit down. I'm not going to be sat down for long because that doesn't last me long, if I'm honest. I'm going to pour the rest of that in. just because I like it. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me, because that is just, for me, it drinks just as good in the bottle as it does on that mini keg. I mean, the carbonation might be slightly a little bit more, and to be honest, maybe the bitterness comes out a little bit more, and that might be because the yeast is in there working away, and it's with them hops, it's just brought out a little bit more bitterness. But I don't mind that. I quite like that, if I'm honest with you, because I can feel it on both sides of my tongue, just going away a bit like that hedgerow again. But everything about it, I'm telling you, there's touches of toffee, caramel, chocolate, slight bitter coffee note there as well. But then this sweetness of this malt comes back, and then it's just a constant, full of 3.9%, full of flavour. It's not thin, it's medium bodied, it's superb. Honestly, that's not going to last me long. Okay, I'm going to go and sit down. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. I enjoyed that beer. I absolutely love that beer that I just had. Cheers, Steve. That's fantastic brewing. And Mike. Superb. Really is. I'm really looking forward to this one now. Even more so after having that. So this is the Bobbington Nod 3.6% Light Mild. I should have done a little bit of research, because I don't know what a Bobbington Nod is. I'm sure Steve will comment below and let me know, or John or Mike or someone. I'm so ignorant, I should have looked at it, but I'm just too eager to get into it, if I'm honest with you. So here we go. I love the bottle top. It's got that Union Jack. It's got a nice carbonation as well there. What do I expect from a light mild before I taste it? So something that is like, not, I don't say it's like dark amber, slightly not golden, but in between. So yeah, like a light colour, but not like Pilsner colour. So it's something between a dark amber and a golden colour. That's what I think of when I think of light milds. Taste wise, I think of nice, easy drinking, slight, and I mean slightly hop note there, just to balance out the sweetness. But I expect the beer to be quite sweet as well, and to have them toffee and malty notes, and just be an easy drinking beer. That's what I expect from a light mild. So never had this from Lords. Looking forward to it. Let's get into it. Let's get the taste. Well, let's see what it looks like. Get the aroma and get the taste. Let's get rid of that water as well. Yeah, that's the colour I'm on about. There you go. So it's not quite gold, it's not quite amber. It's an in between the two. Just watching because it's bottle conditioned. And we'll stop it there. Oh wow. I bet that looks darker on camera than what it actually is. So it is not at full on amber, it's a dark gold in colour. It's exactly as I expected it to look like. Nice white creamy head. Carbonation's there because it's bottle conditioned, but it's not overly carbonated whatsoever. That looks fantastic. It really, really does. Let's get the aroma. Sweet malts. Sweet malts all day long. Getting that toffee caramel on the nose. If I'm getting any sort of hop, again it's a British style type. Like I'm going back to the hedgerow. No citrus or anything like that. It's more of the English grassy, woody. But the sweetness is there. 100% caramel notes. Oh, it smells really, really good. Okay, cheers. You wouldn't believe that's 3.6% with that mouthfeel. Creamy. Ooh. Toffee again. Caramel bready. Proper breadiness coming on there. Real maltiness. Is that a word? But lots of malt. Lots of sweet toffee caramel breadiness. Sweet brioche bread. Sweet dough. Like a fresh dough. And then you've got the slightest of not bitterness, hoppiness. Slight hop just across the tongue, which is just taming, I suppose, the sweetness. That's what that's doing. That's all it's doing there. It's doing its job. And that is exactly how I would expect a mild, because that is easy drinking, smooth, low carbonation, even though it's bottle conditioned, it's superb. And the mouthfeel, like I say, it's got a fantastic creamy mouthfeel. Feels like I've poured it from a cask. That is, that's on par with that drive, the weekend driver for me. That is superb. That is superb. I could imagine that on cask being out of this world. If it's creamy in a bottle, when it's bottle conditioned, what's it going to be like on cask? It's going to be smashable. And that is superb. 3.6%. I keep banging on about this. People go on about, oh, need the big ABVs to carry flavour. You don't. If the brewers know what they're doing, like they do there, they're bringing the flavour. 3.6%. It's not thin. It's not watery. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. And you're just going to enjoy it. I mean, that to me, honestly, is up there with Weekend Driver. Weekend Driver is absolutely fantastic. This is up there. This is superb brewing. And I'm not just saying it because I got sent it. I would buy that all day long, because that is superb. I love the toffee notes in it as well. That's great, that really, really is. I'm going to go sit down. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to sit down now and enjoy that. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for sending them. Thank you, Lords. Superb. Lovely folk. Fantastic little brewery there. Proper craft brewing. Hands-on. And like I always say this, you can tell. When you have the beer, you can tell it's been looked after. And every bit of that process has been watched carefully and made sure that the customer is getting the best product. Cheers. I'll see you on the next one.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating.